Hi, Jim and Sharon, and we're going to talk today about RV safety.
And we mean personal safety, things so that we don't get hurt. We do a lot to protect our truck and our camper, and you've seen some of the videos. We put rollers on the back, we're doing disc brakes, etc., etc. But inside our camper, our home, there's some things we needed to do so that I wouldn't end up in the hospital or he.
Yeah, exactly right. So I think there's 4 or 5 things we're going to go through. So the first one we're going to talk about is getting into and out of the rig. And we have these steps. The rig came with these steps. They're made by MORryde, so they're not the kind of steps that fold up.
Yeah.
They're solid steps.
And I love that.
And I think they're called Step Above. There's a couple of competing brands, but at any rate, they're the solid steps. And while we do have the handle, the one that folds up against the rig, and it sticks out, that's fine for the top couple of steps, but those bottom steps,
nothing to hold on to.
Yeah.
Now, I like the solid state. They don't bounce. I can remember times with the other home we had that I slipped off. They're kind of bouncing. So these are solid. They don't bounce. Mm-hmm. And so that I do like about it. But I needed another handrail. And he went out and found one. Yeah,
it turns out that MORryde actually makes one. They're not terribly expensive. I think it was under $65, $75, something like that. And it's 4 bolts. So we got it in, and literally from the time that we took it out of the box to complete the installation was 5 minutes.
Yay, and I was happy.
Yeah.
No more falling down and coming up and worrying about it. I have vertigo, so it really is important for me to hang on, because sometimes the world moves when I try to go up and down steps, and that's hard.
Yeah. So this works really well, and we're going to show you pictures of it and all that stuff. But the steps still fold into the doorway. The handle doesn't interfere, so it works really well. So there was that one that we got done.
Number 1.
And
Number 2.
Since we're talking about steps.
Yes. The first night, I think, I was in my stocking feet, and we were watching TV, and I decided to go down the steps, and I slipped.
Yeah.
So the steps going down were kind of a vinyl, and they were slippery in stocking feet. So we had to fix that problem.
We have 2 sets of steps in the house, one coming from the living room down into the kitchen area in the front, and then we have another set of steps that goes up to the bedroom on the other side of the kitchen area. And they're slick. Mm-hmm. If you have shoes on, it's not bad. Mm-hmm. But just in your stocking feet, there's nothing really there to grab hold of your foot. And so, we both had problems with it at the outset. So we got online and found some treads that's kind of like
sandpaper.
Yeah, that had an adhesive back, and we put those down. Now they're kind of rectangular, shape, and our steps have kind of a curve to them. So we made a template, and so we cut them, and we installed them. And those do really well. Mm-hmm. There is one little drawback about keeping them clean.
Well, it's sticky. The sandpaper grit grabs everything, like on your stocking feet. It grabs all the little fuzz balls, little white fuzz balls, and any kind of peanut shells. And we like to eat peanuts, so we get those little skins. It likes to stick those. And so at first, I'm trying to sweep and they don't want to get off. So finally, we figured out what works: a wire brush.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so we got a little wire brush, and we just brush it a little bit with the vacuum. And it comes up pretty well.
Yeah, nice and clean.
Yeah.
But again, safe. I can run up and down and not worried about falling. So that was very important.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Number 3.
Okay. So
the door.
We're going to talk about the door. As you probably are aware, if you have an RV, the manufacturers only have about a dozen or so different keys. So if anyone had a set of a dozen keys, they probably got the key to your rig and they could get inside. So we didn't like that. In fact, we really didn't like the idea of having a key at all. So we went to an electronic lock, one that has a push code, buttons that you enter to open and close the lock. And the one that we got was RVLock. Well, it's rvlock.com is the name of the place. And this is actually the second one we put in. The first one was in the old rig, and we have a video about the installation that we can go back. We'll put a link to that here.
And check it out.
And check that out. And so we've got that in here now too. So,
and that was a safety feature for me and a convenience feature, because there's times, he's running around with all the keys and I need to get in the house, he's gone away or whatever. I don't have to worry. I can just punch in the code and there it be. I lock the door while he's in the truck and he's got all the keys. I can lock and go. So it's very convenient.
We're going to talk about
number 4.
At times, there's going to be, well, here's what we're preparing for. If anything ever happened and we had to call emergency services, an ambulance or whatever, they're going to want to know where we are.
And believe me, when you're moving every week to every 2 weeks, you can't remember.
Yeah, chances are we're not going to know where we are, particularly under stress.
Yeah.
So a habit that we have gotten into is that whenever we set up in a new campground, we will go to our whiteboard, the one where you keep your shopping list of all the stuff you need to buy and the list of all the stuff that you got to do.
It's helpful.
We put a section down at the bottom of it that has our location. It has the name of the park we're in, the street address of the park,
and our site
number.
Yes, this is important.
Because that's the one I will guarantee you I will forget.
Remember.
And the park's phone number.
So that way, if something happens and they're going to say, "Where are you?" you run to the board and you can tell them.
Exactly right.
So it's important to have that information.
Yeah.
Right up front.
So that's the fourth thing that we're going to talk about. Now there's one more, and it's really probably the most terrifying, the most serious of these. Well, I mean, it's all serious, but we're going to talk about fire safety.
Fire safety, yes. And, you come into our new home and there was fire extinguishers, one in the front door and one in the bay. But I felt that wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So we went out and got some more.
Yeah. As she was saying, there was a small fire extinguisher just inside the door whenever we walked in. And that was the only one inside the rig. The other one is in the garage. So we went to one of the big box stores, Home Depot or Lowe's, and we bought a set of 2 larger ones.
Yeah.
And we installed those.
They came with the straps, which was easy.
Yeah. So one replaced the one next to the front door, so there's a larger one there. The little one now actually went into the cupboard next to the kitchen, so that if there was ever a grease fire, there is a fire extinguisher very handy there.
You can grab it right away.
Exactly right.
Yes.
The other one then went actually into the bedroom.
Yeah.
So if our bedroom now is all the way in the back and it's 25 feet from the front door, if we ever needed to, we could get access to that fire extinguisher and get to the front door.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
We do not really want to go out the escape window in the bedroom.
No.
But we're thinking about how would you, and we might do a video on that. How do you get out those escape doors?
It's windows. Something that nobody apparently really wants to talk or think or demonstrate. Yeah. We have looked on around on different sites to find somebody demonstrating how you use the escape hatch windows in an RV.
And they show you how to open the window.
Yeah, they show you that.
But they don't show anybody going out the window. So that's what I want to see.
So just so that you know, is that if you ever had to use that, you would open the window and shove it completely open, so that, and now the note that there's no way to hold it open, and so we have an idea for that. We'll talk.
All right, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
All right. Pop? No. What do you do?
No.
No?
Yep,
pops out.
Yep.
And then this.
It goes up, and then you have a
stick
that magically appears.
All right. Now we move it over that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you are to go out feet first, belly down,
Turn around
so
somehow.
that you can go over the lip of the window, your feet go down, and then you wiggle yourself out and drop to the ground.
And ours, we measured, is 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
I'm only 5. You
Yeah.
know, that's 3 feet drop for me, hanging all the way down from my hands.
Yeah.
That's a long ways, and I think I'd break something.
And
Hip,
yeah.
knee, ankle, maybe my head.
And it's that the lip on the window is relatively sharp.
Yeah.
So this
really.
isn't going to be comfortable getting out that window, not like that. So that's
Yep.
probably the reason that we can't find anybody actually demonstrating the correct way to get out.
Now, we saw someone that was sticking their head out,
Yeah.
hanging
We saw
off it,
people
and that's not good.
who try to go out head first.
That was bad.
And remember, you're 8 feet in the air, so that's
they
not going
just
to work.
hung over by waist up, hanging down, looking, down, looking really silly.
And we've seen people try to go out belly up.
Yeah, with their
And
feet dangling, and they're like, "No way, I'm going to jump."
You can kind of get started that way, but you don't bend that way really well.
No, you would
So that's
literally
not
just
gonna
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's 8 feet of falling.
Yeah.
So
So
those are things we're working out to figure out what can do.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it? I don't want to wait. They told us somewhere on the site 20 seconds to get out that window without getting burned up.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to be under that time constraint because I just look now and go, no, I ain't doing it. I can't.
yeah, that's we got that off of a fellow who was talking about off the site of a fellow who was talking about RV fires.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know if these things ever catch fire, they go quickly. And he said 20 seconds from the time you become aware of the fire to the time you need to get out. So our hope is, number one, that we never have a fire.
Pray, Lord. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And number two, if we do have a fire, we can use the fire extinguisher to get out.
Yeah, to get to the
And-
front door.
Yeah, number three is then we will have to use the escape window if we have to. A couple of thoughts that we're having on that, just to share with you. It's not going to be in this video, but we have contemplated the idea of getting a fire ladder. They sell them again at the big box stores.
Yeah, they have
And
people
they're,
out of regular houses, you
yeah.
know. They throw them out the window, second story.
So we actually bought one. We're going to try that and see how it works. The second thought we've had is actually to take a ladder and a step ladder
And leave it out.
and leave it out. And that's actually what we're doing right at the moment.
Yeah, right now, I think that's, it's already there. You can just reach out and walk on down.
Yeah, you can reach out and get to it.
We'll show you a picture of it.
Yeah, so
and
we've
we'll
got
see. If I get brave enough and we can figure out we might do it. I might crawl out the window. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, and I'm sure that we're going to attract the attention of every neighbor in the campground
But it'd be fun.
to see what these crazy people are doing now. So,
Okay,
yeah,
well, we'll let you know.
So that's what our thoughts are on safety, RV safety today. And we hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any other thoughts about it,
Any
please leave them
comments?
in the comments. Yeah, please do.
About the window.
You know,
the fire.
this is a serious subject, so we need
Yeah.
to learn from each other about what we've done, what we think, and
Yeah.
what we tried. So
Yeah.
do leave some comments on there. We'd appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the little bell so that you are notified whenever we publish a new video, and we will see you later.
Yeah, thanks. And then you have to turn the thing away from us because we keep looking at them.
What, turn the screen?
Yeah,
but then
I
I
know,
can't see if I'm on
I-
screen.
But you look at it, and that's
Just
the
look
pro.
at the little-
Yeah, you should send them.
If this makes it to the film, the problem is we're looking at the screen over here,
And we're like,
and we're supposed to be looking at the lens, which is over there.
So then yeah.
So if we end up talking like this, where we're both looking at the screen, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to do this and look at the lens,
I see you.
but the screen is over there, so
Oh, well.
sometimes. So the other thing we could do, we could close the thing so that we can't see the
The
screen,
temptation is gone.
but then we can't, I don't know.
Hey, well, as long as you're set and it's not being moved, then you can twirl it around.
Okay, so we're going to close the screen. We're
It's
gonna, at least
distracting.
we're going to back over here like that. All right, there we go. Okay, next.
Why I didn't want to Don't be filming my butt.
That's exactly what I was doing.
You're so big.